The 10th annual joint meeting between the African Union Commission and the Economic Commission for Africa of the Ministers of Finance, Planning and Economic Development is taking place this year in the beautiful city of Dakar in Senegal. Graciously, the government of Senegal opted to host this year edition of the conference. We're very delighted to go there. The theme of this conference is on growth, inequality, and unemployment. It is definitely, this is a very opportune and timely theme, because, as you know so well, the return of the growth in Africa over the last decade and a half is very much welcome. It came about because of a number of factors. Let me just flag some of them. This is essentially because of the judicious macroeconomic policy, urbanization, urban growth and all that, effective demand, the increasing middle income class in our countries, but also the return of peace dividend, the improvement in democratic dispensation and all that. So there are a number of factors that contributed to the return of this growth. Having said this growth has a number of challenges, including it has very little impact on poverty, very little impact on inequality. In fact, it might have increased, but more seriously, it has an impact on unemployment, particularly among the youth. This conference provides an opportunity for our policymakers and senior officials to have a reflection and talk about what type of growth Africa needs to address issues of inequality and unemployment. I think the ministers will particularly having ministers of finance, planning and economic development, reflecting on what can we do as Africans to create and have that growth which shall have an impact on the other two, inequality and unemployment. This will bring in issues of diversification of our economies, value addition, the creation of decent jobs. And I think in that sense, we look forward to particularly a ministerial statement that will provide the roadmap and the guidelines for the participants in the conference to come up with that concrete outcome. The conference also provides an opportunity for sharing of experiences and cross-fertilization of ideas among very senior dignitaries from across the continent and globally. We are expecting the conference to be opened by His Excellency President Macky Sall of Senegal. We are hoping that we have very high participation from a number of dignitaries, including the Vice President of Nigeria, the Vice President of Ghana, and the PGA, the President of the General Assembly, the Deputy Secretary General of the UN, the President of the ECOSOC, and our former Secretary General of the UN, Mr. Kofi Annan, and many others. Another added feature in this conference is this year's annual lecture of Adediji's lecture will be delivered by the Vice President of Nigeria, which we are extremely honored to have such a high level to present that lecture.